Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all acknowledgement, honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakah HaKodash. Yahweh Bahashem El Shai is the name of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists. And Yahweh Shai meaning He deliverer. And those are the true biblical names that you should call upon in your daily lives and in hopes of salvation and mercies. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us His truth, and to y'all brothers out there and of the household of faith, a shalom. So we're going to get right into it. There's a crisis happening right now, and our people don't even know that these banks are collapsing around them. The money that they're chasing so bad is flying away. It's literally going to be done away with. Alright, we know the agenda of the elites. They want to bring in a whole digital system, a world of digitalized money, which is going to eventually be the perfect opportunity to present the CHIP, which is all part of the programming, right? Really, it's Yahweh Bahashem El Shai's programming. But right now, Esau is pacifying everybody. He's not even trying to call banks that collapse. He's trying to say that they've been sold, which is pretty much the same thing. When a bank fails and is done with, of course, someone else is going to take that bank. But Esau is not calling, a crisis for what it really is. He's trying to comfort these fucking people. So it's gonna be worse when these people are in the shit, man. When they go to their job, the job closed down, when they can't get their money out, when the bank tell them and announce that it no longer takes cash. So it says, U.S. banking crisis, 2 more banks on the brink of collapse. And Esau himself came out and said that there's going to be more crashes. This is all part of the plan. Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman. The name in itself justifies our job, describes our job. Watch. We're men on our watch. We're watchmen. And you go into that word, it means to watch, wait for, to look. Let's actually go to it. To look out and or about. Observe. To spy, keep watch closely. So we're watching closely the condition of this kingdom, Esau, our enemies, if they're about to attack. That is our job. And it says, unto the house of Israel. This is why a lot of these videos, we don't even really address the heathens. We address you Israelites. Because our job was set up to watch for you. But you're supposed to watch for yourself. Because the scripture says a fool does not observe the times. Alright, it's foolish not to pay attention to what's going on right now. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. From Yahweh Bahashem El Shai's wrath, from His judgment, Our job is to watch and to warn you. And this is a warning unto you Israelites, that once banks fail, jobs gonna fail, the whole regular daily day-to-day hustle, Ferris wheel, trying to make ends meet, it's gonna all come to an end, and chaos is gonna be out here, man. This is not a simple, slight thing. This is a very crucial part of what's coming. All right? When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, we're literally telling, yeah, Israelites, you're gonna die. And thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to say, from his wicked ways, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thine hand. See that? There's a lot of men that's out here teaching our people. There's a lot of blood that's gonna be upon their hands. A lot of blood. That means it's gonna be your fault why a lot of your congregation die. I'm just speaking, in the spirit for them dudes out there that's not warning our people. You're gonna be the fault that souls died, because you didn't prepare them, you didn't make them ready for the battle, you didn't warn them, you didn't teach prophecies, which is our job, being prophets. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. Hey, man, we trying to deliver our soul. We trying to get the blood off our hands by telling you to repent and to fear Yahweh Shemel Shai or die. Or if you continue to do what you're doing right now, celebrating Cinco de Mayo, dead people, and all this partying and bullshit y'all Jake's doing, committing adultery and all sorts of abominable acts, well, guess what? Y'all gonna die, man. And we gonna deliver our souls for doing our job. Alright? Yeah, a big part of this truth is warning our people. Majority of the truth is warning our people. And our people think we just hate them. No, man, when you warn somebody, you really love them. Because you don't have to say shit to them. To be honest, you don't have to say nothing. But guess what? Our people want to hear someone that tells them something otherwise than a warning to get their shit together, or they're going to die, or flee their evil, depart from wickedness, or they're going to die. They want to hear Isaiah 30:10, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Hey, guess what? Guess who's gonna be a perfect guy for that? Esau. Cause we ain't got nothing smooth to tell y'all. We ain't got no lies to tell y'all. Alright, this place is through, and everybody with common sense could see it. We can't tell you that another president's gonna make things better. Like, what the fuck? That's some shit our people want to hear. Instead, we're gonna tell you the truth. Whether Biden or whether Trump get back in there, this place is finished, and they gonna help destroy it even faster. This is the mindset of our people. They don't want to hear reality. They want to hear falsehood. And hey, Esau is the perfect guy for that job, because he ain't gonna tell you what's really going down. He's gonna tell you some other shit, like, hey, oh, the bank bought another bank, when really that bank collapsed. Now, if the top two American banks collapse, man, these other banks don't have a chance. All right, if they're not the major banks.
Our next story is about the U.S. banking crisis. It seems to be spreading. Yesterday, regional banks in America suffered more losses. Their stocks were in the red. They plunged by more than 10%. Investors are pulling out their money. They fear that more banks are on the brink of collapse. Two of them are in the headlines: PacWest and Western Alliance. They're both mid-sized banks. Both are said to be in trouble, and both are exploring their options, including a potential sale. This week began with the sale of First Republic.
What the hell is a bank doing exploring options? That shit is done.
The bank was in distress. It was sold to JP Morgan. Now it appears that PacWest and Western Alliance could be headed in the same direction. PacWest is in particularly bad shape. Yesterday, its shares dropped by more than 50%, and a 50% drop is a clear red flag. This year has been bad for the bank. In all, it has lost more than 85% of its stock value, which means losses for investors, millions of dollars in losses, and the bleeding is still on. So PacWest is being forced to consider radical moves. The bank issued a statement, I'm quoting from it. Recently, the company has been approached by several potential partners and investors. Discussions are ongoing. The company will continue to evaluate all options to maximize shareholder value. What does this mean? It means that all options are on the table. That's what the bank is saying. It could sell its assets.
All options are on the table. They're having meetings. You know, this just came to my spirit. Boom. Boom. They're trying everything. The Fed's pumping money, raising the ceiling, raising interest rates, making it harder to get loans. Jeremiah 51 and 8. Wait. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? That's the end results of America, decimated by nuclear missiles. Believe it, receive it, accept it, because it will happen. How for her? The way America is going to be destroyed, it's going to be terrible. How for her? Take balm for her pain. Woo! Now, I never really went into the word right here, for her pain. We always talking about America going through the scriptures talk about travail like a woman, make metaphor of women in pain. So it says pain, sorrow, affliction, grief. Pain of soul. America is in, like you said, The bleeding won't stop. Metaphorically speaking, right now, America is like, with the economy, it's like someone gave America a wound that is infected. Even if she put bandage on it, even if she put anything on it, that's a deadly wound until it festers and then it dies. And that's what's going on with the economy. It says, how for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. And that's why you see Esau printing money, stimulating the economy, making plans to make the money flow. Nothing is gonna heal this place. Right? No money, no interest rates, no loan, nothing. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So everybody's forsaking America right now while America is bleeding, is about to die. Everybody getting the fuck up out of here. They all the money that they have juiced out of this place, they taking it back with them to Egypt, to the Middle East, and then they'll hire Jakes or they'll hire someone to keep their company afloat. For the meanwhile, because this shit is going down. All right. Everybody's fleeing America, man. Let everyone go into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Oh, so Salakia, let's go back to the video.
Bring in an investor, it could even consider an all-out sale. And these are extreme measures.
So these are the bomb. Esau is going to try to use money. Money to counter money to make money. Be a value, which is not a value. This shit don't make no sense.
And they tell you how big the crisis is. In fact, all the banks that are in trouble face the same problem. The problem of liquidity. There's a cash crunch. They don't have money. Where did the money go? Ask the US Central Bank. They call it the Federal Reserve. In recent months, the Fed has hiked interest rates. And that hike has punched a hole in the books of American banks. How did that happen? Well, these banks held many government bonds. With the rate hikes, the value of those...
They did that to get rid of the small banks. Kill the small businesses. Why? Because the smaller banks are not on board, or they're not in line with the digital currency, CBDC.
Bonds has declined. So now the banks are in trouble. And the Fed is still hiking interest rates. Yesterday it announced another hike, the 10th one since March 2022. You know what?
Conditions in that sector have broadly improved.
Now, listen to this, brothers. Esau, he pretty much put the pacifier in people's mouth to stop them from crying with his smoothing words. All right, his lies.
Since early March, and the U.S. banking system is sound and resilient. We will continue to monitor conditions in the sector. We're committed to learning the right lessons from this episode and will work to prevent events like these from happening again.
The banking system is sound and resilient, he says. If that's the case, then why are banks collapsing? PacWest is exploring options and Western Alliance is braving a storm. Yesterday, its stock price plunged by 62%. This is after a report came out that said the bank is exploring.
Why are they doing this? Man, I was reading this article earlier. They're trying to stall the economy out. Meaning they're trying to have no more yeah, this right here, let me read it for you. It says this. All right. In a credit crunch, banks are significantly less likely to lend money, making it more difficult for people to make the type of large purchases that tends to require loans. So, hey, that's the spirit. This article explains what I was going to try to explain, but, you know, it's right here. Such as homes and vehicles. Less credit would also be available for businesses. See? This slowed down in economic activity could see mass layoffs on top of those we have already seen in recent months, as well as business failures and customers defaulting on debts. If the credit crunch continues, financial institutions may become even stricter in their lending standards, spurring a downward spiral some believe will be one of the biggest problems facing our nation in the next 6 months. Shit, the next month, the next week, can happen any day. Alright, this is the type of environment those who seek to apply for a loan or extend their credit could well encounter harder requirements. So people are going to be out here homeless. People are not going to be able to renew their apartments or their refinance. They're not gonna, shit is about to be difficult. All right, everyone in America about to feel hard times, bro. The Lord's about to cut this wannabe rich middle class people. The only real rich people is the elites. All right. This is bad news at a time when standards are already tightening and several banks recently tightening qualifications for credit cards, home equity lines of credit, and car loans by raising the minimum. And guess what's going to happen? All that shit is going to get snatched. It's all going to get snatched. Except credit score and interest rates and reducing limits. There are many signs of a major economic downturn through the country, with layoffs, Disney, Bed and Baths Beyond closing its doors entirely, Walmart's. So, hey. Yeah. Even if, you know, the last thing he goes into fixing your credit, that's not going to work. That's why Esau calls it a global reset. No matter what you do, Esau going to reset everything, and he going to put everybody at the same playing field, which is starting at ground zero. All right. So we're warning you, Israelites, because we, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, 2nd Ezra, it's about to take hold. Evil things are about to happen out here. I like to get this one too. Ezekiel 7. I always like to get it because that's the only thing that's coming from all of this. Ezekiel 7:5, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, and evil and only evil, behold, is coming. So what is a recession? What is an economic collapse? Banks failing, the transition from physical money to invisible digital numbers in the fucking computer or in thin air. Evil's only gonna come. Bad times only gonna come. Hardships. People killing each other. Fucking mass murderers. People losing their shit. Killing families. People waxing worse and more colder. And end is come. The end is come. You watch it for thee. Behold, it is come. So the end is preying upon people like a predator preying upon his prey. And guess what? The prey, metaphorically speaking, the prey never knows that the predator is preying on him. And that's what's happening right now. The Lord got evil lurking at the door for these people. Alright, let's see if we get a little bit more, and then we'll get a few more scriptures,
Exploring a potential sale, and that Western Alliance has hired advisors to explore options. The report also said that these deliberations are at an early stage. So the stocks began falling. Western Alliance rushed into damage control mode. It denied the report. It called it, quote unquote, categorically false. The stock recovered, but only partially, a gain of 32%. The bank also released its deposit numbers. They're holding steady for now, but investors are increasingly wary. They're growing.
So, smaller banks going out of business, the ones that are not up to date or with the digital currency, they're going out of business. Esau's putting a chokehold, man. Literally, people are gonna own nothing. That's what's coming. Nothing is gonna be owned by anybody. Sedition. And this is only a breeding ground for what? Uprising. Second Ezra chapter 15 and 16. For there shall be a sedition among men. Sedition is when you uprise against the monarch, the authorities. People gonna lose their shit. They're gonna lose their job. They're gonna lose everything that they have blood, sweat, and tears for. And there's gonna be a sedition among men, invading one another. Everybody is in everybody's space, but for the wrong reason. They shall not regard their kings nor princes in the course of their actions to stand in their power. Shit, when everything fell, your job fell, your the grocery stores, the economy, the society, you think you're gonna consider what some rich asshole that caused all these things? That's how people look at these mayors, but really they're just puppets for the elites. That's how they're gonna look at these people, like, you caused all this shit. You think I'm gonna listen to you? So they're not even gonna consider anything Trump even says. In the course of their actions to stand in their power. People are gonna take things into their own matter. They're gonna take their own lives into their own hands, meaning they're gonna be out here doing what they gotta do to survive. And since they're not depending on the government, they're gonna have to do shit themselves, and it's gonna get real ugly out here. The course of their actions shall stand in their power, and a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because this is what Esau wants, so he could set up. This is what he wants, so he could set up more of a tyrannical state, so he could put up. Esau's the type of person where he would cause a problem just to enforce more affliction. You know, just like Esau, they'll come around Jake just to tempt Jake so they could put their hands on Jake, or you know. So they're gonna cause the chaos so they can restore order, and they can have more control, and they can have an excuse for having soldiers and barricade cities and checkpoints. Alright, and a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled. So because of the pride of these people, you should see the pride people have just for LA. And then you go to another state, they got pride for Boston, for teams, for what the persona of LA is, for their own self, you know. And that's why the Lord is going to trouble these cities. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So possessions are going to be destroyed. You know, even your hard worked purchases, like a home, they don't give a shit. In that time, none of that mean anything to anybody. They don't care if you built that shit 40 years straight. You built it. No, people gonna break into people's shit and invade each other, and men shall be afraid. We talking about men gonna be afraid. Even the manliest man gonna be afraid in that day. Alright? And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Why are men going to be afraid? Because there's not going to be anything in their control. There's going to be danger everywhere. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people are going to be going through it to the breaking point, to where they're hurting each other, going through to houses, fucking over their neighbors. And the Lord's going to put them through that. Alright? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. So a lot of suffering, famine. And if the famine don't kill you, the sword. Man, a lot of you women going to get raped to death. Like literally fucked to the last breath. That's part of the great tribulations. All right, the scriptures give you the main focal points, but really the fine details is gonna be terrible. Because when they destroy houses, who won't say that they'll ravish the women, children, even babies, rape men in those raids when they destroying people's houses? When they spoil each other's houses and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread and for great tribulations. So as you can see, the world is about to shift into utter darkness. I mean, it's already gross darkness, but it's about to get dark out here. It's about to get real ugly. And we're warning you Israelites, man. Don't sleep on this freaking bank crashing and banks being sold. No, don't fall for that. Just because they're sold to a major bank don't mean shit. Alright? It don't mean shit that this place ain't collapsing. But yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS and to our brothers. Shalom.